He screams, he shouts, he throws insults. But sometimes, Gordon can't help but show his softer side when he steps in to offer a helping hand to someone in need. When 18-year-old Louis Makepeace signed up for a culinary course at his local college, he couldn't have imagined the drama that would play out. Louis, who stands 3 feet 10 inches tall due to short-limb dwarfism, had his heart set on working as a chef in a professional kitchen. He was a passionate home cook and stood on a stool to reach the regular height countertops without any problems. But when Louis attended an interview at Heart of Worcestershire College in the UK, he was reportedly told that using a stool would compromise the safety of other students on the course. He alleged that they also said he would disrupt the class by potentially getting in the way during practical sessions. Louis was shocked and upset, but asked the interviewer whether the training kitchen could be adapted, something he was told would be difficult. When Louis's mother contacted the college herself to check that there was no misunderstanding, she said she was told that Louis was wasting his time, as he'd never be hired to work in a restaurant. Louis felt that he was being discriminated against and took his story to a local newspaper, which posted it online. When Gordon saw the link, he was disgusted by the college's attitude and commented that he would offer Louis an apprenticeship himself. National newspapers were then quick to pick up the story, and, finding itself under very public scrutiny, the college told reporters that they had never told Louis he couldn't attend the course. However, they did admit that they hadn't been able to confirm his place until adjustments could be agreed. With just a few weeks to go before the course was due to begin, Louis felt that he had been messed about for too long and withdrew his application. Gordon's team confirmed that his tweet was serious and was a genuine offer of work as part of his restaurant chef apprentice scheme.
And then also I've had his agent text me the other day on Instagram about a little talk we can have later on this week.
Ramsay felt strongly about workplace discrimination, and his PR spokesperson confirmed that he welcomed applications from young chefs with disabilities. Louis eventually went on to accept a similar offer from Michelin-starred Pied à Terre, where he received complimentary training. He went on to appear on BBC cooking show Hungry for It in 2022, where he won his round with a vegetarian roast dinner. These days, he's left the kitchen and instead spends his time transforming gardens and outdoor spaces for friends, family, and clients. In 2014, Gordon filmed an episode of Hotel Hell at the Hotel Chester in Starkville, Mississippi. Owners Suki and David purchased the historic building in 2000, and initially, their hotel and restaurant were busy, thanks to Mississippi State University being close by. Unfortunately, David was in a near-fatal car accident that dramatically altered their lives. He spent 5 months bedridden from his injuries, which included a broken back and 2 broken ankles, and he then spent much of the next 5 years recovering. Despite David having 40 years of experience in the industry and Suki growing up in her family's sushi restaurant, the couple was in desperate need of help, as they had fallen into serious debt.
And how much debt are you in?
Over $900,000.
$900,000?
Right.
Their home had gone into foreclosure, and when they couldn't make payroll, Suki was forced to leave her real estate job to stand in as the chef, a job she'd watched her parents do.
Parents of a Japanese restaurant?
Had. My
Did you grow up
father
in the
passed
kitchen?
away. Of course.
Or did you work in the kitchen?
No, just washing dishes.
After losing their home, the couple had no choice but to move into the hotel, where they lived together in a cramped and windowless space. It was a struggle for them both, and though they never complained, the loss of their home seemed to be negatively affecting their mental health. Chef Ramsay clearly had a soft spot for the sweet couple, whose run of bad luck had caused their ongoing problems.
Unusually for Hotel Hell owners.
They were adamant they would follow whatever advice he gave them.
Whatever direction you help us to get on, we're not going to waver off of that.
As well as transforming the hotel, Gordon wanted to help change their lives. Along with updating some of the bedrooms, creating a buzzing outdoor beer garden barbecue area, and overhauling the menu, Ramsay had another surprise. And this one was personal. Gordon took Suki and David to visit a modern, open-planned apartment in a small local complex with a pool. As they walked through the door and took in the clean, bright surroundings, he revealed what he had been up to.
I rented this for the next 6 months, and I'm sure when the business kicks off, you'll have sufficient funds to rent this apartment.
The couple was overcome with emotion, as Ramsay explained that he couldn't leave them to live in the hotel, and he had complete faith in them to take back their business.
Living in that tiny room with no windows is not the way to live. This is your new apartment.
After Gordon's visit, which was filmed in 2013, Hotel Chester was consistently voted the best hotel in Mississippi, and it was awarded a TripAdvisor Excellent rating in 2015. The hotel is still open in 2025 and is rated 4.4 out of 5, with many guests commenting on the great food and friendly staff. And yes, that includes the owners, Suki and David. Reviews from July 2025 mention their great hospitality, so it seems Gordon's investment in them worked out great. As well as showing generosity to people he meets in real life, Gordon has reached out to a few virtual fans during his AMA sessions on Reddit. A chef from a Michelin-starred restaurant asked Ramsay how he coped with the long hours and crushing pressure of the job, as he was struggling to keep going. Gordon has previously spoken about mental health in the industry, and took the time to read and reply to the chef's lengthy message. The chef spelled out his horrible home life, broken body, and lack of joy as he juggled frostbite from the freezer and crying spells in the staff bathroom. When Chef Ramsay responded, he had both short-term and long-term advice for the up-and-coming chef. Firstly, he recommended taking a month off to rest, recuperate, and regroup, something he did himself after completing his intensive training in Paris. And in an attempt to reignite the chef's passion for the industry, he asked for his resume so he could arrange some work experience in one of his own restaurants. Telling him to never give up, he hoped seeing something a little different would keep him in the kitchen long term. It certainly seemed to work, as the chef promised to send over his resume to set up the opportunity. During another AMA session, Gordon was asked a question about his online masterclass course, which offered exclusive online cooking lessons. One amateur cook asked whether he'd be able to achieve good results without having nice knives and pans, and Gordon was ready with his answer. He told the would-be chef that he'd only need the very basics, but if he was serious about cooking, he recommended asking friends and family for equipment on birthdays and Christmas. Gordon suggested starting out by asking for a Le Creuset cast iron pan, which is known for lasting many years of frequent use. And when it came to the knives, he decided to send the Redditor a first set to get his equipment collection started. Gordon was true to his word, and the post was updated with a photo of Henkel's knives that were sent through the post. So did Chef Ramsay's generous gift mark the beginning of someone's fantastic career in a professional kitchen? Well, no. But 5 years later, they did confirm that the knives were still in action, and made their prep work easier, even if the food wasn't better. At the Cambridge Hotel, Gordon came face to face with a whole heap of the usual hotel hell issues, including inexperienced owners, poor management, and microwaved food in the restaurant. Unusually, he also had to deal with a resident ghost. But there was a bright spot in the kitchen: prep cook Scooter Telford, who had big dreams for the future.
I would like to have my own bakery and be a professional executive pastry chef.
Scooter caught Gordon's eye with his impressive attention to detail, despite having had no training and a rough start to life.
You haven't been taught properly yet, have you?
No.
That's incredible.
I've had 2 heart surgeries and 2 back surgeries.
How old are you?
19.
Yeah, you move fast. That's a big asset.
Scooter had recently signed up for culinary school, encouraged by his family. It was clear that learning from Chef Ramsay during his stay at the hotel meant a lot to the youngster, who was overcome with emotion when Gordon introduced the restaurant's new menu, complete with a mouth-watering apple pie.
I can feel a change. I'm a lot more inspired. Right now, I feel like I could accomplish anything in the kitchen.
The hotel's relaunch was a success, and Gordon had a parting gift for Scooter.
Because I want to finance those next 4 years in college personally and help you. And then when your bakery's open, all I want back is a loaf of bread.
The pair hugged it out, and Gordon promised to be in touch. Scooter, whose real name is Donald, went to culinary school at a local community college. He graduated in 2014 and went on to get married. In a 2023 update, Scooter's wife, Amber, revealed that Gordon paid for most, but not all, of his tuition, seemingly because of a mix-up that wasn't Ramsay's fault.
So Gordon paid for 2 years out of the 4 years just because there was like a little miscommunication about it. But he's very thankful for what Gordon has done for him and not having any school debt.
Scooter worked as a line cook at a pub and restaurant before taking a job at Healthy Living Market and Cafe in Saratoga Springs. But for now, Scooter has taken a step further away from his original dreams. After having 2 children, he's moved out of the kitchen and into engineering.
He's working in HVAC now, and that is because restaurant life is not always family friendly. And we knew we wanted kids. And
even though there's no bakery business, Scooter could still fulfill his agreement with Gordon, because the couple would love to open a restaurant when their kids are older.
And we will get Gordon, maybe not a loaf of bread, because we're not going to be a bakery, but we'll give him, we'll still have bread, homemade bread. Oh, okay. So Gordon will get his loaf of bread when we open up a restaurant.
Back in 2008, Gordon visited struggling Long Island Italian restaurant Trobiano's. The owner and head chef, Anthony Trobiano, couldn't understand why his dining room was empty, particularly as his early bird special menu worked out cheaper than getting dinner at its sub shop. After leaving culinary school, Anthony briefly worked in other restaurant kitchens before quickly deciding he'd rather work for himself. So he approached his girlfriend's parents for financial support, and Trobiano's was born. 3 years later, and the restaurant was in trouble, and Anthony's girlfriend, Tiffany, admitted the future didn't look quite as bright as she expected.
The last 3 years have been rough. By this time in my life, I thought we would have been married, had kids already.
Tiffany's parents, Joe and Pat, had sunk their savings into the restaurant and run up debts totaling $500,000. They also had been forced to work in the restaurant to keep it open.
He's only my daughter's boyfriend. I put my faith, I put my home, my retirement, my wife's well-being, everything else on the line.
Unsurprisingly, the dishes were unappetizing, and the kitchen was far from clean. Plus, the portions were huge, and many customers took enough food home in boxes for a full meal the next day. After deep cleaning the kitchen, rewriting the menu, and transforming the dining room with warm and romantic decor, it was relaunch time. Anthony proved he was capable of running Trobiano's, and the family celebrated the restaurant's turnaround. But there was one more surprise to come. Gordon produced a box containing an engagement ring for Anthony to give Tiffany, and told him that with the restaurant back on track, it was time to stop putting off making plans for the future.
This is unbelievable. This is coming from you?
Yeah.
To us?
You'd forgotten about it.
A speechless Anthony went out front to thank the guests for coming, and to make things right with his girlfriend.
There's just one thing in my life that hasn't been official. Tiffany?
In front of the excited customers, Anthony proposed and got the answer he'd been hoping for. But the surprise didn't stop there.
I have one more surprise for both of you. I've arranged for both of you to get married tonight.
The shocked couple changed into wedding attire, and the ceremony took place in the restaurant. Calling them a pleasure to work with, Gordon was happy to help them turn their kitchen nightmare into a dream. The family was unable to pay their back taxes, causing the restaurant to close just a month after the episode aired. It appears Anthony and Tiffany may still be married as of 2025 and have a happy family together, but are no longer in the restaurant business. When Gordon discovered that an autistic Hell's Kitchen fan was dining at his restaurant, he didn't just come out front to say hello. He also brought the young man a gift. Helping him into a red team chef's jacket, Ramsay happily posed for photos with his young fan, giving him a priceless memory.
Fine. Got it.
At just 19 years old, Gabriel Lewis was the youngest contestant to take part in MasterChef Season 8. But he didn't let that hold him back. The quiet and nervous amateur chef lacked the technical skills of some of his competitors, and his lack of confidence also contributed to his leaving the competition in week 16, following problems he had had in the cannelloni challenge. When Gordon told him it was his time to leave, the other chefs audibly gasped, as they were visibly shocked and upset by the popular young man's elimination. But Chef Ramsay had been so impressed by Gabe that he had come to a decision.
I am personally going to send you to culinary school.
Oh,
Young man, it's very rare we see such raw talent that's got amazing potential come through this competition. You may be going back to Oklahoma tonight, but you are not going back to be a fast food server.
As well as paying his full tuition, Gordon also promised to take care of his parents to relive the pressure on Gabe during his studies. Gabe happily accepted Chef Ramsay's offer and enrolled at Johnson & Wales University, Denver in March 2017. He successfully graduated in the summer of 2019 and returned to MasterChef for season 12 as one of the All-Stars. Gabe admitted that he felt an extra weight on his shoulders as he wanted to prove he was worthy of Chef Ramsay's investment. He was eliminated in week 12, but has gone on to have a successful career as a private chef offering personal dining experiences.
I've cooked for professional athletes from the NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL. I've done pop-ups in different parts of the United States.
Gabe is clearly still grateful for Gordon's financial support when he needed it most, and has thanked him on social media for helping him to achieve his dreams. A year after offering to offer Gabe's tuition on MasterChef, Gordon did the same for 20-year-old Samantha Daly. Samantha took part in season 9, where she impressed everyone with her dishes, despite her lack of knowledge about different cuisines. Sam finished in 4th place, and during her elimination, she told the judges that she planned to sign up for culinary school as soon as she got home. Ramsay was happy to hear that and wanted to encourage her further,
and told her he was excited to watch her career progress.
Once again, Gordon was as good as his word, paying for Sam to attend the International Culinary Center in New York City. She started off strong, working for highly regarded chefs in the evenings while studying at school during the day. When the pandemic hit in 2020, Sam returned home and decided not to return to New York. Instead, she accepted a job as a cake decorator in an Iowa bakery. She was also invited back for a second chance at MasterChef in season 12, but she only lasted 4 weeks against the other talented chefs. When kindergarten teacher Madison Baloy was diagnosed with terminal cancer in 2023, she decided to share her journey with her 450,000 followers. The 24-year-old regularly uploaded vlogs and photos after receiving her shock diagnosis, and she decided to create a video bucket list. Number 12 on that list was to meet Gordon Ramsay, and his fans were quick to ensure that he was aware of her dream. Chef Ramsay was happy to oblige, commenting on her post and sending her a video invitation to meet him. Ramsay offered to fly Madison down to Miami for dinner with him, and also invited her to the opening of his new restaurant in the area. A month later, Madison shared a video with her followers showing her meeting with Chef Ramsay. In it, they danced in the restaurant kitchen, as well as hugging and high-fiving each other. It's safe to say that she didn't look disappointed to meet her culinary hero. Maddie said in an online post that that night had been magical, and her video of the experience reached an incredible 4.8 million views. Madison sadly passed away peacefully on May 2nd, 2024, surrounded by her family, leading to an outpouring of messages on social media. One of those was from Gordon himself. Calling her an inspiration, Ramsay said he cherished the knowledge that he made one of her dreams come true, and promised she would always be his first and last dance in the restaurant kitchen. While he might be hell to work with on TV, there's no doubting the outspoken chef can offer support, kindness, empathy, and the opportunity when he sees a need.